That is a typo. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hiram and Lynn R. Miller Field. Cody, don't be afraid of the camera. It's actually Mountain Crest as we get ready for week 0.
10, 9, 8,
Here we go.
7.
Week 0 here is where we're going to watch the scrimmage here to get ready for the season. Cody joining me as we're here to start the helm of Coach Kearns here with the Mustangs. Now, Cody, you played 4 years in.
I had the opportunity to be coached under the great Coach Wooten here at Mountain Crest, and then I was able to take my talents to Ridgeline. Both fantastic coaches in their own right, and two very different philosophies, but it was great to kind of have that opportunity to get the contrast between these two coaches.
So let me ask you this. With Mountain Crest, I think it's well established in the Valley their identity. They've always been run the ball, very physical defense. That we were going to get a new coach here in Hiram, I was like, okay, are they going to try and do something different? But Coach Kearns kind of fits that identity. He says he's a wingback offensive coach. So it's really interesting, I think, to see them kind of find someone who sticks with similar philosophies.
I'm not surprised in the least bit by that. Mountain Crest knows who they are and what they want to be. And I didn't see this coaching hire did not surprise me in terms of philosophy by Coach Kearns. And Mountain Crest wants to stay that way, and I'm excited to see them play this year.
Yeah, I am too. I think, there's been success here. They're just 3 seasons removed from a state title appearance. The record under Coach Lee, he coached for 5 seasons. He was 29-29, 11-15 in Region, 10-10 in Region 11, 5-4 in the playoffs. As Wilson Lofthouse, I think, is in. Yeah, he is. He's going to be the starting quarterback, I think, this year. And we'll probably see a lot of that, right? As he keeps it, takes it into the end zone. I think that was something. Maybe the last coaching staff, we had a QB battle throughout the season, but there's no denying Lofthouse is a really good athlete. He played safety last year at times when he wasn't playing quarterback.
And one thing that I absolutely love about Mountain Crest that's part of their identity is that football players play other sports, and they're very versatile in what they do. It does not surprise me in the least bit that you can transfer someone who plays safety in at quarterback, and it seems like Lofthouse has really cemented himself in that position to be the leader of the team.
Yeah, he was pretty solid on the basketball team, too, as a backup center. So here they're going to take it again. Got that loaded formation with those 2 flankers. They bring a man in motion. Lofthouse takes a snap. He's going to fake it. He's going to keep it and go to the left, bounces outside. And there you're going to see, I think, his athletic ability on display there as he's able to get to the corner. And I think you're going to see a lot of that, especially, I think, with Mountain Crest. The passing game was definitely a struggle last year, and they lost some experience of what they had at the wide receiver position last season as well.
Yeah, they did. It was kind of hard to see just the transition. The working the kinks out takes a little while.
Yeah.
And the passing game, especially in this time and age of football, is very, it can be very intricate and can be very kind of hard to pick up in one way, form, or another. But it's great to see these kids kind of going out and getting a fresh new start, both from an offensive scheme and just from a football program standpoint in general.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting because Coach Kearns actually played at Division III Earlham, I think is the name of the school. He was a spread quarterback in college, so it's really interesting to me to see the fact that he played in the spread in college, which is everywhere now, let's be honest.
You love to see it. Yeah. Everyone loves to see the spread offense.
But
it sells. It's nice.
It's interesting to me that he played in that, but to be a wing T offensive coach, I'm kind of curious if we'll see some of those elements mixed in, especially maybe once Lofthouse gets a little bit more comfortable, because he closed out the season last year, but he didn't start the season at quarterback. He was the backup.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I'm really excited to see Lofthouse just settle into his own, and for Mountain Crest to be just stable in terms of who their personnel are and finding their identity again.
Yeah, and I think you've seen, a lot of what you can expect in this offense. Cody and I were talking about it before we got the scrimmage going. One of the things that one of the big elements of the wing tees, you're going to have a lot of misdirection, some counters, reverses, and you're seeing that. You've got the QB keeper. We've seen the wide sweep there to the wide receiver, and I think one of those things is, if you've got speed, try and find ways to get it in the space. Veeder of the Mustangs comes to mind. There's a good tackle and a stop there on the defense. Yep. Though Lofthouse, I think the other thing you had too, it's not like he's just an athlete. He packs on some power.
It's great, and that's, again, we've talked about it before, and I'm going to keep pounding that drum. That's just what Mountain Crest likes to do. They like to be hard-nosed, they like to be physical, and they're going to...
He mentioned and then Eric talked about as well, is that they do have returning experience on the offensive line and defense, and when you're trying to figure out an offense, pretty good thing to have those guys up front who can keep your quarterback clean while they try and sort out the kinks.
Yep.
Speaking of the Mustangs, look at this schedule here. Eric off in the opening round last year.
It's really exciting to know that Coach Kearns kind of puts himself out there and finds an opportunity for playing opponents that are going to stretch his kids. You know, it's great to see a team like that be able to kind of play someone, obviously 5A, that's going to be able to, you know, find out the identity of your own team. It's great to play up. It's great to be stretched, and it's great for a school and a program, especially figuring things out at the beginning.
How would you do that if you're a coach? Say you're taking over, say you're in Coach Kearns' position, you're taking over new. Would you rather have that, knowing Mountain Crest's identity to be a physical team to take on that tough challenge, or would you rather try and schedule, I don't want to say a cupcake schedule, but maybe something to let you ease in? Because we know Region 11 is a very tough region.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. It's a football region, and they're hardcore, they're tough. And I think that's a great point that you kind of bring up. I personally would rather see someone like Coach Kearns and this new football program be able to schedule up to the point where, you know, finding out who they are allows them to grow. You know, you learn. I was always told growing up and playing football when I was young that you learn a lot more from a loss than a win. That's not going out and saying that you're scheduling losses or you're expecting losses on the schedule, but being able to play teams that are of high caliber allows you to diagnose where you need to improve, especially it benefits a young program exponentially.
So it looks like we got the scrimmage started here. There's a kick return there. That's going to be rough, Cody. I know you have some experience returning. You have one blocker against the kickoff team. Good luck on that.
I don't want to say that it seems a little unfair. I don't want to go out on a limb and say that it is.
So as the offense and defense takes the field here, this is the first look this season at Coach Kearns' a program. I know when he talked to Eric in his interviews, they said that they didn't get a chance to do a ton of scrimmaging this summer because he didn't move to the Valley until, I think he said, June. So he was a little bit behind trying to implement some of his things. So this may be actually some of the first live game type action for this team as well, which is nuts because a week from today, Mountain Crest is on the road at Stansbury.
Talk about being put on the spot, right? Like, yeah. Get here in June. I remember playing for Mountain Crest, and you know, the moment that the season ended last season, like we're getting together and we're figuring things out. These kids are figuring things out on the fly, and this staff is figuring stuff out on the fly.
You know, Cody, I don't know. Forgive me, I don't know what the records were of the teams that you played on, but Mountain Crest is coming off a season. They won 2 games. They went 0-5 in region.
Yeah.
And I got to think, so you have the coaching change already, but I think one of the interesting things is got to make it easier, I think, for the players to buy in, right? Because last year just didn't go any way that anyone wanted. So a breath of fresh air, I would think, would be a welcome addition for these kids because, okay, last year we were nowhere near where we wanted to be.
Yeah, and I've experienced the full spectrum in terms of wins and losses. Believe me, I'm not a veteran in any way, shape, or form, but I do remember being able to switch from Mountain Crest to Ridgeline just with the new coaching staff did breathe new life and excitement into a program. It was a new school getting started, brand new. Everything's brand new. You can reinvent yourself on the field and in school.
Fair. That's fair.
And I think, frankly, the football program is a window that translates into the healthiness of a school.
Here we got some spread from the Mustangs as Lofthouse hands it up as running back breaks the tackles, not able to get much from there. And I think that's something interesting to do too, of course, with the wing T, which we'll see a lot of, I think, with Coach Kearns since that's his system. But when you got an athlete at quarterback, it's also going to benefit you to spread things out a little bit more, give him some more room to operate in. You saw in that first play, they ran a nice little short pass along the sideline.
Being able to make space for your athletes is going to benefit your offense. I mean, it's not rocket science. You want your kids that have skill. You want your kids that are able to be a playmaker in space, and the wing T allows for that to happen.
I'm going to be curious, too, as we see them break the huddle here again. Lofthouse, who's expected to be a starting quarterback, he closed out the season last year. He's going to be in the shotgun. He's got a back to his left. Got a tight end on the right with 1 receiver, 2 down here on the short side of the field, the left side. Calls out the play, takes a snap. He's looking short on the right side. Nice little comeback there. And ball control, no turnovers.
It's pretty safe in terms of if you're able to translate that from your words as a coach to production on the football field, you're in no way, shape, or form going to be ridiculed. If you're being able to move the chains and if you're able to, score points. Dare I say the team that scores more points wins the most games.
John Madden philosophy right there.
My hero.
Oh, was there a penalty? They backed him up on that one.
But if you perform penalties, then you're also, I take that back. It can negate in different ways.
It's never good to have laundry on the field. So they come out again, and now they're going to pack it up here as they got 2 tight ends to the right. They're going to send a receiver out there back to Lofthouse left. He's got 1 receiver to his left as well. He takes a snap. He's going to hand it off going right. No, just kidding. It's going the other way, and that's going to be a challenge, not just for the team to learn, but for the play-by-play team to learn with all the misdirection we're going to have this season.
Yeah, defense wasn't really fooled on that one whatsoever. They stayed home and were able to kind of, play catch right at the line of scrimmage there.
I mean, that's what's going to be a key, too, as well. With the misdirection, obviously, you're going to have to stay disciplined on the offensive line because they're going to have to commit to those blocks and hold those blocks because sometimes, while the misdirection is good to get the defense going the other way, you got to be careful, obviously, because there's sometimes longer developing plays like that one was a little bit.
It was too fast that the defense couldn't get faked out going one way. They sat on their heels, and it ended up benefiting them.
So this first possession for the orange team ends in a punt. Looks like they had a couple good passing plays, but a penalty back. It's a low punt wobble. You're going to get a fair catch inside the 50. So the black team's going to start in positive territory here.
Smart man taking that fair catch. No blockers. I've been there. I've been there before. Trust me.
I believe you have a pretty good injury story about a bad punt return, right?
Wait, which one? There are many. Special teams. It can kill you. Quite literally.
I could tell you this will be my 3rd season doing Mountain Crest play-by-play. Not so much last year, but 2 seasons ago. Special teams was definitely a weakness for the Mustang team. It just seemed like there were plenty of games that were decided because they were just gave up a big punt return at the wrong time. I think there was a game, they were on the road. I want to say it was Salem Hills 2 seasons ago, but that might not be it. But they gave up 3 return touchdowns.
See, that's just, that will shoot you in the foot in terms of winning any type of football game or competition.
Just a killer for the defense, who I think gave up only 1 on the night, and it was early on. Lofthouse still in here as they switch sides here. Now he's got a short comeback screen there. And that one, expect to see a staple, especially early on here for the Mustangs. It's a nice, easy up a couple yards. And, I think plenty of coaches have said,
his offense off the field.
Well, that's the other thing about the Wasatch offense as well, is that when you can't complete passes, you can get off the field real quick if you can't move the ball.
Yep, exactly.
1st and 10 here. Lofthouse in the shotgun. Everybody bunched in with him. He's going to hand it off to Olsen going to the left. He gets through the first wave there, but he's going to get wrapped up and go down. It looks like they're going to give him a gain of 1 on that one. So 2nd and 9 here for the Mustangs as they look to continue to chew this clock. A lot of ball control. Yeah. Wasatch has gone 3 and out. Yeah, Wasatch has not picked up a first down yet on their first 2 possessions.
No. And their defense has got their hands on their sides. They're already gassed a little bit.
2nd and 9. Lofthouse brings a man in motion. They're going to fake the handoff. He's going to go through the middle there, breaks through 1 tackle. But, again, Wasatch has done a good job when they see Lofthouse tuck the ball. They're getting downhill in a hurry.
Yeah, they're able to stop that pretty quick.
They're going to give Lofthouse, I believe, nothing.
Nothing, yep.
Nothing
back
on that
to the
one.
line of scrimmage on
so
that
he
one.
has 5 carries for 37 yards. 90 seconds left here. It's 3rd and 9 for Mountain Crest, which, knock on wood, they've done well tonight. They've completed their 2 of 4 on first downs tonight.
Yeah, they've done a lot better with passing the ball out of this 3rd down set.
Lofthouse in the shotgun. He's got a running back to his left, 2 receivers either side. He's got plenty of time here. Looking now, he's going to tuck it. He's under pressure. He's got that ball.
Yeah,
that was scary.
That was. You've got once you decide to run, you got to tuck that ball in.
Lofthouse is able to turn, I think, that was the line of scrimmage. So that's no gain, right? Or gain of 1?
No, I think a gain of 1 is
gain
what
of
it
1,
ended up being.
Whew, that was scary, as Coach will tell you. When you got to tuck it in. He had that thing waving out there.
Waving out there. It is easy to lose the ball when you do that.
42 seconds left here as the Mustangs have done a good job controlling the clock here in the first quarter. They're going to punt from their own 48-yard line. The returner for Wasatch inside his own 25. It is a high punt.
Really high, not.
It's a nice bounce.
Good bounce.
That's going to roll. Mustangs get lucky on the bounce there, and they're going to down that one inside the 25. With a rainbow of a punt, but sometimes the bounce and adds up at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's the luck of it when it comes down.
Another score for you in Region 11. Green Canyon up 3-0 on Park City. Just under 2 minutes left in that one. Wasatch comes out. They are 2 3-and-outs, even despite the fact that they got a 5-yard penalty against the Mustangs. They had 2nd and 5 on that second drive, could not convert.
The defense and the secondary for Mountain Crest have played a lot better so far this game.
Edwards going to hand off to Cook. He's got a huge hole in the middle. He's at the 35. He splits the defenders 44-50, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20. Nice tackle there to save the big play, but he's going to take that all the way from the 23 down to the inside the 15 of Mountain Crest.
Yeah, that was a shoestring tackle there at the end by, I think it was was that Bindrup, I believe.
Cook gets it the other way. He's going to run into the line of scrimmage, and I believe that's how the first quarter is going to end. They're going to give him a gain of, I think, 1. We'll find that out when we come back. Into 1 here. It's 3-0 Mustangs on top of the Wasatch Wasp. AJ Knight, Coach Olsen with you on 107.7 KLCX. We'll be back in 1 minute on the Cache Valley Media Group Radio Network.
Box Elder County McDonald's are proud to support local high school athletics and wish all the local teams the best of luck this season. Your local McDonald's is hiring. Work for McDonald's and let McDonald's work for you. Enjoy.
He tried to make a move and he lost the ball on the move.
That is only the second completion for Edwards. It gets it down to, I think that was about the 4, so that would have been a gain of a 13. And then he loses the ball. That's an early nominee for the Made You Look play in the red zone, and they fumbled the ball. Mustangs get a break there and able to pounce on that one.
That was very well played. Again, luck is going Mountain Crest's way this first half.
Big break there for the Mustangs. They got 1st and 10 for the 5. Not out of the woods, though. As much as you love the turnover, you got to be careful when you're pinned against your own end zone.
Yes.
Lofthouse takes a snap. He's going to hand off there. He's going to be swarmed immediately as the Mountain Crest running back is going to go down and lose yards.
Yep. I think he lost 2 on that one, 2 yards on that one.
They had 1st and 10 at the 5, and I think you're right. I think they got him down at the 3, so I believe that was that Olsen again on the carry?
I believe it was, yeah.
So Wasatch definitely going to be running downhill. It might be a good time for the Mustangs if they could come up with a
play action or something like that to hold them.
Taking advantage of them running downfield.
Yeah, because they can smell blood down here at the end.
So it's going to be 2nd and 12 here as they take the snap. Lofthouse in a lot of danger. He's outside the pocket. He's going to hurl it downfield. What a catch at the 30. He's going to go down just shy of the 35. Huge play there by Cooper Gardner. That looked like it was going to be bad, and then Gardner is able to get open and make a huge play for the Mustangs to get him out near midfield.
That's another thing Lofthouse can do. He can move in that backfield, give himself some extra time, and his receivers able to work their way open on that.
That is a gain. They go from the 3 all the way to the 36-yard line, a gain of 33. 3 of 4 for Lofthouse for 67 yards. 61 yards, excuse me.
61 yards, very nice. Looks like they're talking about something.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Wasps. They're going to add 15. So not only do the Mountain Crest Mustangs get out of the shadow of their own end zone, Wasatch is going to give them some more free yards.
Yep. And the coaches are not happy over on Wasatch side. They are not sure what exactly happened there.
So that's going to take Mustangs from their 36 to the Wasatch 49. Wasatch already has 3 penalties for 35 yards. I feel like that one, Coach, you tell me if you think so. I think Wasatch a little bit frustrated by how this game's gone. They thought maybe last week with the Mustangs they might be able to come in here and roll over this one, and it's not gone that way.
Yeah, I think exactly That is exactly what has happened.
Dangerous play there. Lofthouse with a nice move. He was looking for his favorite receiver tonight. That was Gardner. That one was a little bit high, but that one goes through Gardner's hands. We've seen 2 slide through his hands tonight.
Yep, those were both catchable balls too. I do think that Wasatch definitely came in here thinking it would be a lot easier than it has been for them.
Well, if there's one thing we know about Mountain Crest, you get the first game of the season with a new coach. They're on the road as well against a very good Stansbury team. Back home, going to be a little bit more comfortable. But we know Mustangs have a history of pride and physicality, and we've seen that tonight.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, these boys are tough. And a big question after last week is I was wondering how are they going to adjust? And from what I can tell on the field right now, they've adjusted perfectly. They've fixed the things they needed to, enhanced the things they were doing right, and it's going their way.
Timeout Mustangs. We'll take this opportunity to tell you that Mountain Crest football is brought to you by Jessup Insurance and Retirement Services. Medicare is different for everyone. Jessup Insurance has guided you through all the appropriate steps and is there for the future questions and concerns. Call them at 435-213-3200 or Google Jessup Insurance. And the Napa Auto Parts best part of the game, I think, is the fact that not only is it the first home game of the season, but we have a great crowd here for the Mustangs tonight.
Yeah, the stands are full. This is amazing. These kids are out and cheering for their team. I love it.
Napa Auto Parts, best part of the game from Preston to Providence. There are 5 locally owned Napa Auto Parts locations in Cache Valley. Whether you work on your own car or somebody else does, use Napa Auto Parts. A couple scores for in Region 11. Bear River's up 7-0 over Clearfield a few minutes into the second. Bonneville and Skyview 0-0 at the end of 1. That one a little bit surprising.
That is, yeah.
Second, it's
man. Would not have called that one, but
holding's going to go against Mountain Crest, so that it should be, I think, was that 10 yards in high school?
Yeah.
Well, maybe 15.
It's an automatic first down.
So I believe, so that gets in Wasatch an automatic first down after they just picked up their first one. Cook's going to get the handoff. He's going to bounce out to the left. Now he's trying to go over the middle. Wide open for his receiver. He breaks it.
That defense and sat right in it and was able to catch that ball.
Been playing with fire a little bit tonight. The Mustangs have gotten a couple overthrows, a few drops. Sanders finally brings that one in, breaks a tackle, and he goes 58 yards for pay dirt and gets Wasatch on the.
They're giving him a little bit too much time. He's a little too comfortable in that pocket. I think if they were able to get a little bit more pressure back there, that would definitely help.
Kick is down and good. That makes it 7-3. Wasatch on top with 8:15 here to go in the first.
Static continuity. Do more than just getting back to businessolson.com.
Les Olson Company.
7-3. Wasatch on top, and well, Coach, we've seen the Mustangs, I think, play with fire a little bit here tonight. They had a couple drops. They've had enough pressure, I think, a little bit through the evening to throw off the timing. But there again, we've seen Sanders specifically open, drop a couple, and he was wide open there.
He was wide open. Yep. They ran across at.
Going to be able to get going. He breaks the tackle. I take it back. He's still turning. He's going to pick up a first down.
Oh, you gotta love wrestlers that play football. They are in control of their body and can do stuff like that. That just amazes me.
Well, again, and he's going to get something.
Fortunately, yep. Now, you're going to get that a lot when your quarterback is a scrambler like that. As an offensive, as an offensive lineman, you're trying to keep with your guy. You end up with a lot more hold calls that way because you expect him to go. And you reach out a hand. Referees see that
16 yards, so 4 penalties for 50 yards tonight for the Mustangs. 2nd and 21, 54 seconds left here for Mountain Crest. Loa going to get another flag. And it's going to be another penalty on the Mustangs.
Another penalty, a false start. That is
killer.
Frustrating. When we were so far down here, that is just frustrating.
Definitely had a chance at 3.
Some combinations were just meant to go together. Chips and salsa, refrigerator and freezer, the internet and cat videos. At State Farm, there's another combination meant to go together, home and auto, as in
7-3, Wasatch on top, and you got to take it as a win if you're Mountain Crest.
Yeah, I think that this is definitely going Mountain Crest's way. I think that this is the game that they wanted to play. They have kept the offense on the field. We saw a lot of penalties near the end, which kind of tripped them up.
Yeah.
It kind of prevented some of the scores that we could have. But overall, they're keeping their offense on the field. Their defense has been playing really well, minus just a few glitches here or there, which resulted in the one touchdown. But other than that, I think this is Mountain Crest's game.
Halftime on 107.7 KLZX brought to you by Planet Fitness. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month, no commitment. Get a great workout with treadmills, elliptical machines, weights, free fitness training, and more. Find out details and sign up at planetfitness.com. We'll get to the stats coming up, but I think really we saw early on, I think Wasatch, you could tell by the body language, thought after Mountain Crest lost to Stansbury 49-7, they thought, oh, well, we beat Park City, we're going to roll in here. And we saw them get a little bit chippy early on when this game did not go their way to start.
Yeah, this is not the same Mountain Crest team that I watched last week, that is for sure. They've come out on fire. And, kudos to the coaches, because there's a lot of things that you can tell that they have worked on, these kids. The coaches have helped them. And they're playing much better defensive game. They're playing much better in the secondary. Even their offense is moving the ball a lot better.
Well, we knew coming in, when it comes to Wasatch, you were going to have to stop Edwards, number 18 for Wasatch. He threw for over 300 yards last week against a very good Park City team. They won. He was responsible for all 3 touchdowns. And tonight, Mountain Crest has done just enough, I think, to keep him uncomfortable.
Yeah, they've gotten a little bit of pressure on the backfield. I'd love to see the second half a little bit more pressure on him. But when they're able to get pressure on him, you can tell a big difference. He throws it. Wild balls. He can't find his receivers. There's been a lot of dropped passes by Wasatch to begin this game too as well.
There was a little bit of luck for the Mustangs. At halftime, Edwards for Wasatch is he's 6 of 12 for 87 yards. He was 28 of 44 last week for 302, I believe. So Mountain Crest has done a great job. There's been 2 big plays for the Mustangs defense. There was the touchdown to Sanders, the 58-yard catch. We saw them play with fire a little bit throughout the game. There were some drops. There were some a little bit timing issues. Sanders made that catch and was able to break a tackle. And then Cook is the only one that's carried the ball thus far for Wasatch. He only has 6 carries, 66 yards, and the big one was that 54-yarder near the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, they've been able to stop the run, Mountain Crest, and that has helped them out a lot. I think one of the things, again, is the fact that Mountain Crest's offense has been able to stay on the field a lot. It gives their defense plenty of time to rest, come out fresh, and it also makes sure that Wasatch doesn't get a rhythm going, which is big for a Wasatch team like this that runs the spread offense. They need a rhythm in order to keep going.
Well, I think we saw that early on, too. I mean, Wasatch went 3 and out in their first 2 possessions. Mountain Crest scored. On their second, it was a field goal, but they were able to drive down the field, and I think you saw the timing has just not been there because, when you run a fast-paced offense, if you can complete it and keep the defense on their toes, that's great, but if you incomplete passes and you punt 30 seconds of game time, well, you're not doing yourself a favor.
Right.
And Mountain Crest has done just enough, I think, to keep them off rhythm, and Wasatch has not been able to move the ball themselves. In fact, they still haven't converted a third down. Yeah, they're 0 for 3 tonight. And they only have 1 first down on the game, and it's via the pass. So they have really struggled on offense. They also have 4 penalties for 40 yards, and they had the big fumble early in the second quarter.
Right.
They had the big play from Cook to end the first quarter. They switched sides of the field, and then Kalama gets the catch, goes up the sideline, tries to make a move, and gets loose with the ball.
Loose with the ball and loses it. Yep. A lot of things are going Mountain Crest's way. Again, 7-3 for Wasatch right now, but definitely feel like the momentum is still with Mountain Crest.
On the Mountain Crest side of the ball, I know one of the things Coach told both of us was ball control. Protect the ball. Thus far, besides the one play where Lofthouse maybe got a little loose with it, we've seen smart decisions by his quarterback.
Yeah, he's done really well. Again, he's getting a lot of attention, I guess. He's getting a lot of contact. But as a big kid, he can handle it. But how does that affect through the season if he continues to have games like this where he keeps, you run up the sideline and instead of going out of bounds, you throw your shoulder into the corner and give him a shiver.
Especially with him playing both ways.
Right, playing both ways. But you know what? Knowing Preston, from what I've talked to the coaches and everything, that's the kind of kid he is. He wants to be out there. He wants to be physical. So, you're going to have to play that game.
For the Mountain Crest offense, Lofthouse is 3 for 7 for 61 yards. And then he also has 10 carries for 54 yards, so he's accounted for over 100 yards of offense. Olsen has been the main running back tonight for the Mustangs. He had a slow start. He's got 11 carries for 36. We saw McMurdy, though, there at the end of the second quarter, and he has 4 carries for 21. And I think the big thing you pointed out early, they seem to like the right side, and they seem to be able to get something going there, especially in the second quarter, but really the issue was the penalties killed the drive.
Yeah, exactly. They were able to attack that right side and get, they were getting 6-7 yards a carry. Again, yeah, you got to watch the penalties. That's going to kill you. And that's something they'll talk to the boys about at halftime. Don't pull on that jersey, whatever you do, because that's what the referees are looking for. When that jersey comes out, they're going to throw the flag.
And those are the big ones we've seen. And you pointed it out. When you have an athletic quarterback, you have a pocket passer, you know where he's generally going to stand, and you can set your stance. Obviously, Lofthouse is going to move his point, and it makes it hard for the offensive line to adjust, especially game 2.
Right, exactly. Yeah, your defensive players who are facing the quarterback knows which way he's going. You got to move your feet, and sometimes you lose it, and you end up reaching out to stop somebody, and you get the call. And it's going to happen with Lofthouse in the backfield and moving around and running all over. Just do your best not to pull on that jersey. Don't make it obvious. That you could technically call holding on every play. I'm sure you've heard this before.
That's what they say.
Don't make it obvious. That's the big thing.
7-3, the halftime score. Wasatch on top. Mountain Crest has 5 penalties for 55 yards, and they are 4 of 9 for third downs tonight, so they've had a lot more success than Wasatch has. Mm-hmm. We will get you what the other scores are in Region 11 when we come back, and also we've still got the keys to the second half. 7-3, Wasatch on top of Mountain Crest for the home opener. AJ Knight, Coach Olsen on the call on 107.7 KLZX, and we'll be back in 2 minutes on the Cache Valley Media Group Radio Network.
Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month. Or you can work out at home in your spacious laundry/storage closet. Or from the comfort of your own bedroom. Or surrounded by the lights of your life. Leave home at home and leave the gym to us. Get a great workout with treadmills, ellipticals, weights, free fitness training, and more. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month. In club or at planetfitness.com.
If you're in the market for exterior building supplies, you should always go with a company you trust. Coldwater Stone in Tremonton, a division of Castellite in Logan, is a company you can trust. Coldwater Stone specializes in cutting and shaping beautiful natural stone into thin veneers that can be used on wall surfaces, walkways, and more. Coldwater Stone in Tremonton has quickly become the industry leader for natural stone products. Stop into the Tremonton facility or see samples at Castellite in Logan. More information at www.coldwaterstone.com.
Coldwater Stone, a natural choice for all your stone needs.
When it's important to make an impression, call on the Logo Shop. They specialize in designing and customizing your logo onto t-shirts, golf shirts, jackets, and hats. Your logo will look great on name brand apparel from Nike, Travis Mathew, OGO, North Face, Under Armour, and Carhartt. The Logo Shop can put your logo on literally thousands of items: pens, water bottles, mugs, travel accessories, outdoor gear like Yeti coolers. Call on the Logo Shop and check out the possibilities.
The Logo Shop, the logo stuff, the Logo Shop.
AJ Knight, Coach Olsen, we're at Lynn R. Miller Field. Halftime here, Wasatch up 7-3 on Mountain Crest. A couple of the scores for you in Region 11. Logan up 28-14 over Juan Diego. You and I were talking before we got the broadcast started and pre-technical difficulties. Region 11, we know Skyview, we know Ridgeline, they're going to be good. Yeah. I think this Logan team's going to be solid as well this year.
Yeah, they're doing much better. They've had some kids come back. This is the coach's third year, I believe. And
I think so.
He's getting his program going, and they're starting to flow.
I mean, in that game last week, for those who don't know, it seemed like Logan couldn't get anything going. I think Al told me legendary Al Lewis. I think the running back had like 23 yards at half, finished with like 223. Just went crazy in the second half against Viewmont. Ridgeline's up on Stansbury. It's a good Stansbury team. Obviously, Mountain Crest experienced that last week, 28-7. Park City 10, Green Canyon 9. Another team I think to watch out for in Region 11. I think that Green Canyon team's going to be very physical.
Yes. Yeah, they are going to be very physical. And like we were talking about Ridgeline and Skyview. Skyview, we know, they've only lost 2 games in 2 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And Ridgeline has brought back a lot of kids. So, again, this is a tough region. But Mountain Crest is holding their own tonight against a really good 5A team. And if they can keep this up and stay healthy, they've got a chance in Region 11.
Bear River's up 7-0 on Clearfield. And the surprise of the night, 7-6, Skyview up on Bonneville.
Yeah.
That's a lot closer than I think anyone would have predicted.
Yeah, and I believe that, if I'm not mistaken, Mountain Crest has Bonneville either this week or next week.
I have that written down somewhere. I do.
I guess I should have looked that up before I said.
Not next week, the week after.
The week
Box
after.
Elder's next
Box
week.
Elder, that's right. Box Elder and then Bonneville. So.
And that game just went to half. So 7-6 Skyview over Bonneville at half. Kind of a crazy 2 touchdowns, a block extra point in that one, but a little bit surprising. And that's kind of nice because I'm sure you as a coach probably have had those conversations before. You can't necessarily say because Team A beat Team B, we're Team C, but it's interesting to see when you have these overlaps, you at least what I think would get an idea.
Right. And that's one thing that I really like about what Coach Kearns has done. He has scheduled all good 5A teams in the preseason. He wants to test these kids' mettle, and you're going to get better playing better teams. And if Mountain Crest is going to be competitive in Region 11, they've got to stay in games like this and learn how to stay in games like this one tonight.
For those who don't know, of the opponents all this year for Mountain Crest, last year the teams went 64-37. They went 13-9 in the playoffs, and 8 of them won at least one playoff game, and that's with Bear River and Green Canyon having to play each other. So of the 10 possible, only 9 of them could have won one game. Right. So it is a loaded schedule this year for the Mustangs.
Yes, it is.
That being said, now we've seen the first half, huge improvement. You were you got to call the game against Bonneville, Stansbury. What are your keys to the second half?
So we've got to make sure that we're eliminating the penalties. Again, that's going to be tough, but we got to watch those holding penalties. It's not just the penalties; it's in the positions when we get them, when we have momentum, when we're moving the ball. You've got to make sure that you stop the penalties. On defense, we're doing a good job. Maybe just get a little bit more pressure on the quarterback because he doesn't like, from what I can tell, he definitely cracks a little bit under pressure. He's not used to getting pressure.
Yeah.
Get a little bit of pressure on him. Keep everything in front of you for sure. Don't let them get those long plays and through the middle of the field like they did before. But keep grinding away. They need to keep long plays, keep the offense on the field, move the ball, and then finish. Get some touchdowns. We've seen Mountain Crest moving the ball.
Yep.
It's just not getting into the end zone.
And it's worth noting as Mountain Crest at half has 26 carries for approximately about a little over 100 yards. Park City had good luck running it. Last week, Park City ran 33 times for 264 yards, an 8-yard average per carry dead on.
Wow.
That's bad.
That is bad, yep. And with the size of their front defensive line, they should be able to stop the ball a little bit better on the run.
And that's one of the areas, too. We didn't get to highlight it because we had some technical difficulties in the pregame, but that is one of the areas. Mountain Crest front 7, basically the defense as a whole and the wide receiver position were really decimated by graduation. But both lines brought back some experienced players. So it's good to see, I think, that take over, especially when you got a quarterback still trying to feel his way.
Yeah, exactly. That helps you out a ton when you're not running for your life all the time. It's going to help the quarterback get set. And, again, I would love this half to see some of those quick slants, short passes for Mountain Crest. Kind of alleviate some of that pressure. They're not going to bring so many people if you're doing those slant passes. And then might open up the run even more for Mountain Crest.
Wasatch going to start with the ball here in the second half. They have yet to convert a third down, but they do have the lone touchdown in the game. They're up 7-3. We'll see what the Mustang defense can do after halftime, and their offense is giving them plenty of time. Returnable kick here takes him all the way inside the 5 against the sideline. He's going to cut it back to the center. He's going to try and bounce it outside there. Good wrap up as Mountain Crest is going to take him down, I think, just shy of the 20.
Again, special teams. Coach, two things about Mountain Crest special teams. Coach has been hammering on special teams. He also has some younger kids playing on special teams, helping them get some experience at the varsity level.
So that makes it 1st and 10 from the 19 here. First drive of the second half for Wasatch. They did not start the game well. They went 3 and out both times. They've struggled, I think, to find some rhythm. We've seen some drops. They have had 2 big plays, both over 50 yards. So we'll see what Edwards has to start here. He's in the shotgun. Cook to his left. 2 receivers either side. Edwards takes the snap. He's looking left side. Quick little throw there for Sanders. He's going to get wrapped up immediately. Good tackle there. But yep. I think a little bit surprising to see. I think they're trying to build some comfort there for their quarterback after kind of a struggle in the first half.
Right, get him a little short passes and set up like that. And they're giving him a little bit of cushion on this outside. So
gain of 6 there, 2nd and 4. Edwards looking to the left side. He's got a man over the middle, wide open. There's a catch there. He's at the 50. It's a foot race. 40, 35, 30. He tries to cut back. He's able to juke. Zabe finally goes down. Nice to stick with the play. That was Lofthouse there as he goes down inside the 20. That is the second catch there for Kalama as they go all the way from the 25.
And they ran that little cross off of the 2 wide receivers on the outside.
To the 20. Hurry up here. Edwards fakes. He's looking left side. He's looking in the middle. Now he's resets. He's got a man wide open on the left. 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Yep.
That one hurts. It's 2 huge plays. That first one goes for 45 yards to Kalama, and then the other Kalama brother takes it in 15 yards for the score. 20 yards for the score, and he was wide open out there all by himself.
Yeah, he was. And both times they ran a cross on that outside with the receivers, and they had the Mountain Crest corners having a little bit trouble handing those crosses off.
Yeah, we've seen that. They've been playing with fire. That's a quick score there for Wasatch, and just like that, they go up 14-3, 59 seconds here into the third quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Cache Valley Media Group Radio Network.
Whether you work on your own car or somebody else does, be sure to always use reliable Napa Auto Parts. Find these specials at your 5 locally owned Cache Valley Napa Auto Parts locations. $20 mail-in rebate on any Napa battery. Chevron Dello diesel motor oil, $12 a gallon. Napa 15W40, $10.39 a gallon. Napa diesel exhaust fluid on sale, $8.99 for the 2.5 gallon size. From Preston to Providence, get your Napa know-how.
10 big plays, and there we saw what Wasatch can do on offense.
Yep, exactly. And one thing they've got to do on that outside, they've got to get your corner and your safety at different levels and either pressure them and stick with your guy or make sure that you say whichever guy is going to the outside after the cross, you keep with him.
55-yard, and that's a third 50-plus yard play there as number 3, the Kalama brother takes 55 yards, and then his brother La'a Kalama goes 20 yards in for the end zone, wide open on the left sideline there. And worth noting, number 3, Jaron Kalama, who caught the touchdown, who caught the big play, the 55-yard, is already committed to BYU. So there's good. We knew there was talent on this team.
Yeah.
And I think Mountain Crest feeling confident after that first half defensive performance. Wasatch reminded them we can score points.
Yep, and they've just got to adjust to that. They've got to adjust to that cross, pick up your guy, and again, try and get some pressure back on that quarterback.
So 3 completions, 3 attempts, 3 completions as Edwards moves them from the 19 all the way to the end zone. 59 seconds into the third quarter for Wasatch. They go up 14-3. Now Mountain Crest going to get the ball back. No return here as they're going to come out to the 20. And this is going to be a big drive, I think, for the Mustangs, John. One, you want to definitely bleed clock, but I think you're going to need some points.
Yeah, you definitely need some points. And 3 isn't going to do it. You've got to start putting some 7s on the board.
Lofthouse is going to come out. We've seen him move. The big thing to watch is can they clean up the penalties. That's what killed basically their last 2 drives before the end of the first half.
are they going to be able to take advantage of what the defense is giving you? They've definitely been able to run the ball on the right side, and they need to use that to their advantage and do some play action, whatever they need to do, get some short passes, and just move the ball.
Yeah. Lofthouse in the shotgun. I'd like to see a little bit, see if you could set up some of those. They've done some of those QB runs, maybe set up some fakes, see if they can get him to bite. Lofthouse in the shotgun here. He's got running back to his right, 2 receivers out to the right side of the field. 1st and 10 from the 20. 1 minute gone here in the second. He's going to hand it off to Olsen going left. He steps through one tackle, tries to step through the line of scrimmage, stays on his feet, and is able to get over a couple defenders there for a gain of about 3.
Yep. Was able to get some yardage on that one, and a lot of that was him. They got through that line, but he was able to run through it.
So they do give him a gain of 3, so it's 2nd and 7, 39 rush yards on 12 attempts for Olsen thus far on the evening. We'll see how often we see McMurdy. He had 4 carries near the end of the first half for 21 yards, so he had some success. A little bit smaller than Olsen as well. I think gives you a little bit more of a speed element.
Yeah, yep, exactly. And if you can do that with your running backs, off-speed them.
Lofthouse flanked on either side, fakes the handoff. Good there as the running back was taken out. He was tripped up. That was a great tackle there by, I believe that was Kona Kahai for Wasatch, was able to stop Lofthouse from really getting his momentum going after he stepped through the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, only gained a couple on that one.
So they're going to give him a gain of 2 on that one. So it's 3rd and 5 here for the Mustang offense. They face 3rd down here after Wasatch just scored in 59 seconds to open up the second half. Lofthouse in the shotgun, Olsen to his right. 2 receivers to the right side as well. That's the far side of the field. Takes a snap. Looking downfield. He's going to under pressure. Now he rolls out to his right side. Still looking. He's got some space. He's going to throw it to down the field. Ooh, that one deflected. He had
a wide open receiver down there on the right side.
Gardner, number 19, just a little bit to the right, was wide open.
Wide open. Nobody even close to him.
So that's going to be incompletion there. And surprisingly, because Gardner has been his favorite receiver tonight. He's only completed 3 passes, but he's looked at Gardner a lot. I think he's got 2 completions at Gardner. I think Gardner's had two go through his hands. So surprising he missed him, but that one, he threw that one into some coverage.
Yep.
Lucky that wasn't an interception. High snap there. He's able to get it off just over the outstretched arms. Fair catch there. And Wasatch going to have great field position after scoring. They're going to start at their own 44, it looks like, to start the second possession of the second half.
And that first series was a little bit more of, the Wasatch that we were expecting at the beginning of the game. So can Mountain Crest step up now defensively and get some stops? As
you said, pregame and a little bit halftime too, but pregame especially, there was the confusion with the handoffs on defense in the first game, and that hurry-up's just going to add to that. And we know that Wasatch has wanted to move, they just haven't completed the passes.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
Edwards in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers bunched out to the left side of the field. He takes a snap. He's looking left side. One-on-one there with Sanders, his big receiver, who I think pulled that one in.
Yeah, I think he did. Ty goes to the offense on those.
Still fighting over it, but Sanders definitely has that. Mount Crest defender said incomplete, but I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I think he got that. But, hey, good for him to keep fighting like that.
So that moves him 4 yards. They're going to throw a little flare out there along the sideline. Nice speed there, and they're going to get a first down, it looks like. Edwards is now 5 for 5 to start the second half.
Boy, we're seeing 2 different kinds of offenses with the hurry up and the slow down.
Edwards loads it up. He's got Sanders one-on-one. There's a flag there. Both of them are going to get Lofthouse on that one.
Yep. He wasn't looking back for the ball, and they're going to throw that flag every time when you're not looking back for it.
So this will be another Mustang penalty. They had 5 for 55 in the first half. 1st and 10 was at the 44 is where it was.
And again, we're talking about penalties. We've got to get the penalties under control.
So that's 10 more yards of free yards from the Mustang on the Mustangs tonight. They've got 6 for 65. Resets 1st and 10 here for Edwards. He's got Cook to his left, 2 receivers either side. He's going to throw a quick out there along the left. He's got some blockers. He gets through 25 along the sideline. He's going to get shoved out. They're at the 34, and that was 6?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
You're going to keep seeing them go back to that kind of outside screen until Mountain Crest proves they can stop it.
Jump ball in the end zone, tie up there.
Oh, I think Mountain Crest may have come down with that.
Who are they going to give it to? It definitely looked like they're going to call touchdown.
Oh, I don't think so. I think the Mountain Crest had that first, but
that touchdown goes to Kalama. The Kalama brothers have caught both of them. That one ends up being is that the 20? I think it was another 20-yard touchdown.
20-yard touchdown, yep.
I'm with you, Coach. I thought that when they hit the deck, I thought the Mountain Crest defender had more of the ball.
Yeah, yep.
This offense come out firing. We're 2.5 minutes in, barely. 3.5 minutes in, and they've put up 14 points after being held to 7 in the first half. Snap is down, kick is up, and that makes it 21-3. Wasatch on top. 2 touchdowns here in the third quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Cache Valley Media Group Radio Network.
The Mountain Crest Boosters encourage you to support the sponsors that support the Mustangs. The Hideout at Bear Lake, Mitco Landscaping, Immaculate Construction, Hart Floor Company, Logan River Golf Course, Pool & Willis, Palmer Home Furnishings, First Colony Mortgage, Reed's Pharmacy, Les Schwab Tires, Hiram Medical Clinic, Guyman Orthodontics, Extra Pro, Trevin Workman Law, Gosner Foods. To join the Mountain Crest Booster Club, contact the athletic department at Mountain Crest High School and support the sponsors that support the Mustangs.
Wasatch offense has come alive here in the third quarter. We're not even 3.5 minutes into the third, and they've already scored 14 points. Huge plays. Kalama has come to life. 2 20-yard touchdown passes here in the second after being held with 1 catch for 0 yards in the first. Mountain Crest really needing to score some points. The kickoff is long, going to go into the end zone, no return yet again. And now Lofthouse faces a tough task. This is, I think, a big drive for the Mustangs if you want to keep the pressure on Wasatch.
Yeah, you've got to. And right now, Mountain Crest's offense is not designed to come back from huge deficits.
No.
But they still have the opportunity to stretch some plays, try and get some big yards and see if they can't move the ball and score. I mean, that's what we're at right now.
I think the big thing Coach will want to see, you don't want to see your team press. Obviously, right. you want to score, but you don't want to see yourself commit unnecessary turnovers in the sake of trying to get it all back in one play.
Yep, exactly.
Lofthouse is shotgun back to his left. He's dropping back. He's going to pressure. Now he's going to roll. Steps through. Now he loads up. He's got a man behind the defender. He had to come back and get it. What a catch!
Nice. Beautiful catch.
Colton Kirby with a huge catch. They go all the way from the 20. They mark him down at the Wasatch 38.
38. Yep, that was beautiful. It was very well played by number 1, Kirby. He came back to the ball, and the Wasatch defender had his back to the quarterback. He didn't have any idea where the ball was. Luckily, Kirby did.
42 yards there for the Mustang offense. And now they're in business. Lofthouse in the shotgun, back to his right. He's going to hand it as Olsen goes to the left. He's going to try and follow his block, and he's going to get spun around and dropped, I think, for a loss of 1.
Yep.
When they've tried to run left, it seems like Wasatch has done a good job forcing it to the outside and then being able to get there.
Yeah.
That's Olsen who's kind of limping off the field there. He's been the starting running back tonight. The right side, they've had a much better luck, looks like, I think, running inside tackle.
Yeah, it looks like he's holding that right leg.
Let him go. Let him roll. Wonder if he took a stinger there.
He may have.
2nd and 11 here for Mountain Crest. McMurdy to the left of Lofthouse. 2 receivers that way. He drops back. He's under pressure. Now he just throws off his back foot to McMurdy. He's able to step through a tackle, runs into another one. I like the idea, but I think the pressure there threw off the timing. You would have liked a little bit more time to let that one develop.
Yeah. That one, they came off, I believe it was the D-end, come off really fast on that one. Definitely threw off the screen, but still was able to get 2 yards out of it.
So that moves it to, they're going to call it 3, so it's 3rd and 8 for the Mustang offense here. They're in positive side of the field. I would imagine you're probably in about 4-down territory here, John.
Yep, definitely.
Lofthouse in the shotgun moves McMurdy from his left to his right. 3 receivers out to the right as well, the wide side of the field. Here comes a blitz from Wasatch. Lofthouse steps through, and he's going to go down.
Yep. Did not have the time. They brought more hats than we could block with on that one.
They were not going to give Lofthouse an opportunity to step through, so that takes 3rd and 8, moves it back to 4th and I believe 13.
13, yep. So it looks like they are going to punt.
It's a loss of 5 there for the Mustangs. Going to pin them back. Man, that one hurts. It's been the negative plays, I think, since really since the first quarter that have sunk Mountain Crest. It was penalties. You take the sack there. This Wasatch offense is humming, and you hate to see him give the ball back.
Yeah.
Long punt here. This one's going to be, what a great punt.
That was a really good punt.
Thought that one was going to go in the end zone, but he pinned that one along the sideline. They're going to give the ball to Wasatch at the 3.
Yeah.
Great punt there by Mountain Crest.
That was great.
Well, the punter's had a heck of a game tonight.
Yeah, he really has. I think they did change punters from last week, if I'm not mistaken. So
he's had the rolls tonight, and that was a great coffin corner punt there.
It was. Pin him back.
So let's see now with their backs against their own end zone if Mountain Crest can mount a little bit of pressure here and make something happen. 2 possessions for Wasatch, and they've scored 2 touchdowns in rapid succession. It's 21-3. The Wasps on top of the Mustangs. Edwards in the shotgun, Cook to his left. 3 receivers bunched out to the left as well. It's a wide side of the field. He takes the snap. He's looking left side. He's going to throw it, man, wide open in the middle of the field. He jukes one defender. Now he tries to get along the sideline. 25-30. It's a little bit of a foot race. 40, 45, 50. They close down his angle, and he's going to go outside, out of bounds. And it has been, they cannot stop the Kalama brothers here in the second half. They go from the 3 all the way to the Mountain Crest. They got a little greedy there. They back him up to the Mountain Crest 41.
41, yep.
Hurry up here from Wasatch. Going to hand off to Cook. He's going to go up the gut. Nothing there. Now he's going to bounce it outside. He's able to get away from the defender. Still trying to stretch out. Gets a block there from the receiver, and he's going to get near the first down there. That was another 50-plus yard game. It's 56 yards, and that moves Kalama over to 144 yards on 5 catches. Cook on that one, I believe that was a gain of 9 or 8. Second down, he's loading up, he's going. He's got Sanders wide open in the end zone. Touchdown.
Yep. The Mountain Crest was not set for that hurry-up offense, and they lost him in that backfield.
This offense is humming in the second half. I don't think we have seen an incompletion yet, and these receivers are starting to pile on some yards here.
Yeah, they are. And they're just finding the holes again in that secondary.
I think the biggest play thus far in the second half for Wasatch, I think, was just completing that first short little pass.
Yeah.
I think seeing one get completed was a huge deal for Edwards.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think getting him a little bit of confidence after that first half, and he's been rolling ever since.
He was, Edwards for Wasatch was 6 of 12 at half. He has not missed a throw yet. He is 9 for 9. He is 9 for 9 in the second half. And do the math on this one, the way I write it down, a lot. I mean, at halftime, Sanders was his top receiver with 67 yards, and they had a total of about 80. They've got 2 receivers over 100 yards right now.
Yeah.
Jaron Kalama has 144. Sanders now is at 111, and then La'a Kalama has 2 touchdowns. He's got 3 catches for 40 yards, but he's got 2 touchdowns. So they are spreading it around, and they are just slinging the ball on offense.
Yep. And again, a lot of those are the slants on the backside. The defenders are losing them for some reason.
Mountain Crest still not able to return. Here we go, another offensive possession here. Already their 3rd offensive possession. We saw the big pass play last time, but again, it's the negative plays. It was a sack this last time, as I think Wasatch tried to force the issue, and Lofthouse just didn't have time to make a decision. We also saw it on that screen. I think they were able to complete it for a few yards, but I think you wanted that one to develop just a little bit longer.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, it was not set up properly by the time he had to throw that ball.
It is 28-3, Wasatch on top of Mountain Crest. 5:11 still to go in the third quarter. It was 7-3 at half. Mountain Crest comes out again on the 20-yard line. Have not been able to return a kick. Lofthouse in the shotgun, running back to his left. Everybody bunched up, 2 receivers to the left side. High snap there. He's going to hand it off to Olsen, who goes right side. He's got some space. 25-30. He cuts it back out. 35-40. He sticks the hand down. He's going to get all the way down to the 45. Huge play there by Olsen. And again, on that right side.
Right. They went back to the right side on that one and found an opening on that.
25 yards there for Olsen. He had 38 on 13 carries. That one alone pushes him to 63. So now Mountain Crest picks up another first down, a little bit of momentum here. Can they get back into this one and just see if we can get a hit pay dirt for the first time tonight?
Hit some pay dirt and get a little bit of W's under our belt. It's the little wins.
Austin moves from right to left. 2 receivers to the right side. Olsen going to get it going the right way. Again, he's able to break through another tackle, lowers his shoulder, and he's going to fight hard to get back to the line of scrimmage.
He is breaking a lot of tackles. He's getting Wasatch is getting an arm on him at the line of scrimmage, and he's just fighting his way through.
I think you'd be curious to see, especially after that big game. I understand going back to it, but I think that would have been an opportunity to see maybe if you can get them to maybe caught running downfield, because Mountain Crest has had some luck running to that right side.
Yeah, exactly.
2nd and 10 here from the Mountain Crest 45. Lofthouse the shotgun. He's fakes to Olsen. He's under pressure. He's going to roll it left. He tries to throw it up. I don't think they ruled that one incomplete, even though I think his hand went forward.
Yeah, his hand went forward, but I think they're going to be really lucky that there wasn't a flag on that play.
They called that one. No, they're going to call that one a fumble.
They're just right in his face. He does not have time at all to throw that ball right now.
They have definitely stepped up the pressure. So it was 2nd and 10 from the 45. The line of scrimmage now at the 34. It's a loss of 11. Oof. Huge loss there for the Mustangs. And again, it's been the one bad play. Now you're way behind the chains on 3rd down. 2 receivers either side here. Snap here for Lofthouse. He's looking right side. He fakes. Now he gets rolls out to his left. Pump fakes. Now he gets it off again. Intercepted.
Intercepted, yep.
I think you see his clock speeding up there, Coach.
Yeah. And we got a lot of hurt feelings on the field with flags.
Laundry on the field on that one. I think you saw there, Lofthouse, I think, felt that one a little bit before he saw it, and he's definitely getting a little bit antsy.
Yeah, he is. And I think he's getting a little frustrated. He's not getting the time for those, for the passes to develop out there. He's wanting to pass the ball. They want to pass the ball. He just does not have time to do it.
Now, Wasatch, I think, has definitely ramped it up. We saw that big pass play. Personal foul is going to go against Wasatch, so they're going to backtrack here. If you're coach, obviously you've got full control of that when you hate that.
Yeah.
But they have had all the momentum here in the second half.
Yeah, they have. They have just started rolling. And again, this is the Wasatch team that we were thinking we were going to see from the beginning.
Wasatch has scored. It was 7-3 at half. It is now 28-3. Still 3.5 minutes left. 3:28 left. This powerful Wasatch offensive unit is going to come back out on the field. Edwards, their quarterback, has not missed a pass here in the second half. He comes out in the shotgun. He's got Cook to his left. He's only run the ball once here in the third quarter. 3 receivers bunched out to the left side of the field, the far side. Edwards takes the snap. He drops back. He's looking for Sanders one-on-one. They get tangled up and fall down. No play there. He looks for a call, but you're not going to get that when you get tangled up.
Nope, they both just got their feet tangled up and went down.
That's the first incompletion for Edwards here in the second half.
That's crazy. Yeah, he has been on fire ever since that very first, like you say, short completion, and then he's taken off from there.
2nd and 10 from the Wasatch 47. Same formation. Cook to the right. 3 receivers bunched to the left. Sanders one-on-one left side. Now they're going to throw the flare out. That's Kalama. He's got a ton of space. 45. He's going to leap over to fit at the 40 and then go out of bounds.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, that is illegal in high school football, and it looks like a flag did come in. You cannot.
I did not know that.
You cannot jump over or hurdle a player.
There's Laundry on the field, so that would seem to be correct. Where did they mark him out? He got out about the 35-ish?
Yeah, about the 35, yep.
I did not, so I don't know. I don't know how many yards this is.
Yeah, it's, I believe it's 5 or 10. It's supposedly a safety issue.
Makes sense.
However, in my opinion on that, I think it's safer to hurdle than get hit in your legs in a lot of times. So it's kind of give and take. I've seen a lot of kids hurt where, because your corners are tackling very low.
Yeah.
They are tackling very low. And so I would like to see that rule changed, but as it is right now, hurdling is.
I didn't know that. So they're going to rule it a personal foul.
It's a personal foul, yep.
Of the 15-yard variety. So it was a gain, I think, of about 18. And so they're going to back up, so it should be still 1st and 10.
And I don't know, they've got the ball here, but they've got the marker way back there, so.
So the scoreboard has it 2nd and 6.
Yeah. And that's what that one is too. So maybe it's a loss of down as well. I'm not. Well, it would be a loss of down, but they're going to talk about it here.
So it was a 19-yard completion, 15-yard penalty, and the way it's set up now, they just gave him the 4 yards and called it good.
Mm-hmm.
But that, to me, I get because it's a penalty during live play. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know it was a penalty. The other thing is, too, is what you said about safety, but, you know, these players want to emulate what they see. And hurdling has become so popular in the college and NFL game.
Yeah, yep. And the other thing, too, it's not consistently called in high school either because it's not a very well-known thing.
I had no idea.
But, yeah, I just happen to know that it is, and they definitely frown upon it. And, again, like I said, I think it's almost safer to hurdle because of the way that tackling is done on the outside there, where they go for the legs and the knees. And you get your cleat stuck, you're going to blow out your knee. I'd rather hurdle and risk it that way, but that's just me.
It makes complete sense. So based on what they've done now did they just wipe out the play entirely, it looks like, based on the way they tracked backwards?
Yeah, it looks like they did. They went from the line of scrimmage and did 10 yards. So
wipe out that 19-yard completion. Scoreboard still says 2nd and 6, but it's something along the lines of 2nd and a mile.
Yeah, yep.
Ball's at the 36. Edwards in the shotgun. Cook to his right. He's got 2 receivers either side. He's going to go left side there along the sideline. That was a catch. I think that was the first one by Kitashima. So they go from the 36. They mark him out of bounds at the 44. So 44, a gain of 8 there.
Short. Yep.
So 3rd and 13 here. They're going to look the flare out. He's under pressure. He's going to throw off the screen.
Yep.
He's going to run through the middle there. He's going to step through one tackle. Good gang tackling there, though.
Yep.
As Mountain Crest is going to stop him as he crosses half field. So that 3rd down is it's going to be 4th down here for Wasatch.
Yep. Right now it looks like Wasatch is going to go for it, too.
So they're at the 49 of Mountain Crest. They've got to get to the 43. Edwards goes for it. He's looking outside. He's got a man wide open. That's dangerous. He almost ran back past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he did. He ran back, but that's going to give them that 1st down. That's kind of demoralizing when you hold a team to 4th down and then 4th and long and they get the 1st down.
Edwards is going to flare it out to Cook on the right side. He sticks his foot in the ground. He's able to swing it out for about a gain of 1 on that one.
He's definitely spreading the ball around the field this half.
Edwards again takes a snap. He's under pressure. He's going to get wrapped up and sacked.
Very nice. 3 Mustangs in on that sack.
Huge play there. Mountain Crest needed that one. So that takes it. It was 2nd and 9. It's going to drop him all the way back back to the 50-yard line. So they were at the 40, so a loss of 10 there. And a huge play for the Mustangs who need it. Now 3rd down again as they got to get the ball to the 31-yard line. Edwards drops back. They're throwing a screen again.
Another
Cook's
screen,
got it left side. Gets a pushback block there. Now he's got the sideline 40, 35-30. Can he outrun the defender? 25-20. Goes right by him into the end zone. Touchdown.
Ooh.
That one hurts immensely.
Yes, it does. And he had a lot of speed on that. Kind of not great angles on that tackling.
Yeah, once he was able to break out of the sideline, it looked like Luke Burbank might have had a chance there, but Cook just turned on the jets and absolutely scorched up the sideline for a 50-yard touchdown. I think that's the 6th 50-yard play or more for the Wasatch offense tonight. And I know Coach talked a lot in the pregame to both of us. Big plays were obviously something that they did not like last week.
Yep. They were worried about that. In the first half, they were able to get that under control, but this half, as the floodgates have opened.
Edwards was 6 of 12 at halftime for 87 yards. Since the start of the half, he is now on the night 20 of 27, and he has totaled almost well over 400 yards.
Oh my goodness.
Excuse me. 5. Yeah, I think he's over 400 yards now with all 4 passing touchdowns, or all 5 passing touchdowns. It's 35-3 now as they Wasatch called timeout. Now they're going to kick the extra point. 1:29 here to go. They have just absolutely turned it on here in the second half. I think Edwards still at this point has only 1 incompletion here in the third quarter. Snap is down for the extra point. Kick is up.
And
blocked. Blocked.
Very well. Good done.
So block kick there for Mountain Crest makes it 34-3. 1:29 left here in the third quarter. We'll step aside for 30 seconds on the Cache Valley Media Group Radio Network.
With Les Olson Company gets you more than just back to business. You'll get back to expert network support and cutting-edge security. You'll get back to time-saving document management. You'll get back to peace of mind with disaster recovery and robust data continuity. Do more than just getting back to business. Get back to greatness with Les Olson Company. Get your free consultation at lesolson.com.
Les Olson Company.
34-7 Wasatch on top of the Mustangs here in the third quarter. Logan's up 43-14 over Juan Diego. Green Canyon 19, Park City 10. 14-14 Bear River Clearfield. And Bonneville 12, Skyview 7. 34-7 as we call this one in the dark. I think, John, what I heard from the side, coaches over the side here, a little inside for everybody. I think we're going to see a quarterback change here for the Mustangs.
Okay. And that's not a bad thing. Get the underclassmen some reps, and I think at this point as a coach you got to take the kids and say, look, we play our game. We learn what we need to learn, and we go move forward. There's still positives that we can get out of this game, regardless.
Well, I mean, I think you saw it. Coach talked about this. You're changing schemes on both sides. You're bringing in a new schemes, new culture here for the team. You take what you can. They played a great first half.
Yes, they did. They played an amazing first half. It was their game, and so you just go back and you look at what you need to do, and you keep moving forward, and that's what Coach wants to do.
New QB in here. Casey Crofts checks in for the first time. As they may run the first down play there, gain a couple yards. They start at the 20. That one goes out to Joel Mortensen. Out wide, short little gain on that one. 5 yards on that one, so one throw, one completion.
One throw, one completion.
So 2nd and 5 here for the Mustangs, who really, I think when we get to talk to the coach in the post game, the story's just going to be, the mistakes that killed your drives.
Right. Yep. Exactly. The penalties and
another sideline one pass. That one, he was looking for Nick Nielsen. It just goes through his hands. That was a little high. Nielsen also had to turn around and try and make that catch. He's unable to pull that one down. So it's 3rd and 5 here for the Mustangs. Just 48 seconds left here in the third quarter. It's been all Wasatch in the second half. It was 7-3. It's 34-3 now as their quarterback, Edwards, has just come out on fire.
Yes. I think that they had a talking to at halftime, I believe, is how you would put that.
Politely reminded them that they are capable of playing better than they had shown.
Yes.
Snap here is he's going to keep it. He's going to get wrapped up immediately and go right back down near the original line of scrimmage there. Wasatch very aggressive all over that play.
Yeah, that one was going nowhere.
Crofts tried to tuck that one down, and he immediately got wrapped up on that one. They only call it a loss of 3, so it's 4th and 8. As the Mustangs just have not been able to find the momentum here. Their offense has stalled out. There's been one or two big plays, but penalties and sacks continue to be the story since the second quarter and when it comes to their offensive drives.
Yep, it's really plagued them.
10 seconds here. They're going to have to get this one off. Almost blocked. Rainbow kick here. Fair catch called for and made on the other side of the field. Wasatch going to start for this one at the 46-yard line when for this last play of the third quarter. Curious to see if Wasatch makes some substitutions here as well. Curious to see how this team does. Park City, you know, I haven't lived in Utah a long time, but I know Park City's a good football team, and they beat them last week.
Yeah, they did. They're, I believe, if I remember correctly, they were slated to come in second in their division, a very tough division. But yeah, Wasatch is a really good team.
Edwards still comes out, so he's got Cook to his left. 3 receivers bunched that way as well. Sanders, the big receiver, down by himself on the right side. Snap is low. He looks out to the left side. That one looked a little bit weird. He like kind of hard overhand that one, and it went low. Weird throwing motion on that one too.
Yeah, they're going to call that incomplete, say he trapped it.
So that's the end of the third quarter. It's 34-3, Wasatch on top as we head in the last quarter. AJ Knight, John Olson with you on 107.7 KLZX. We'll step aside for 1 minute on the Cache Valley Media Group Radio Network.
Your Cache and Box Elder County McDonald's are proud to support local high school athletics and wish all the local teams the best of luck this season. Your local McDonald's is hiring. Work for McDonald's and let McDonald's work for you. Enjoy flexible hours, tuition reimbursement for continuing education, plus meals and other perks. Management positions are available. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com today. That's careers.mcdonalds.com. Or apply in person. McDonald's and its franchisees are equal opportunity employers committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
Jessup Insurance and Retirement Services, let us guide you.
Jessup Insurance has a local office with professionals that understand all the Medicare plans available to Utah and Idaho citizens. They simply make Medicare understandable at no additional cost. Call Jessup Insurance 435-213-3200 or Google Jessup Insurance.
Jessup Insurance and Retirement Services, let us guide you.
Start the fourth quarter here. Edwards throws a little screen to Cook. Goes from the 49 all the way to the 32, so a 17-yard gain there and a first down for the Wasps. Edwards drops back. He's looking middle of the field. Tip ball there.
Tip.
Nice defensive play there by the Mustangs.
He almost had that one. That was number 3.
Nice play by Garrett Austin there to stop
Austin,
that one.
Yeah.
They've been, it's like you've said as well, they've been running that, they've been running those slants and those deep in routes, those crossers as well. So it was a nice play by them to sit back there and make a play on something they've been running throughout the evening.
Yeah, exactly.
2nd and 10. We're going to get a flag here, though, before the snap gets off. Are you surprised that Edwards is still in for Wasatch?
I am. I last week I know that that Stansbury kept their quarterback in a lot longer than I thought as well. I'm wondering if it's not just the fact that it's preseason. You want to get all your guys snaps. You're trying to get them, settled in. And he had such a rough first half,
It's true.
So maybe this is just his way of making sure that he's got things down before you bring in the backup. And
another whistle here as Edwards takes a snap. This time false start. So the first one was encroachment, so Mountain Crest gave him 5 yards. Now Wasatch going to give him 5 back.
Give it right back to him, yep.
Starting off, it's still out there for Wasatch, who had their way with the Mustangs in the third quarter. It was 7-3 at half. They put up 27 points in the third quarter, 27 unanswered.
Yep. It has been a rough second half, but again, I think there's a lot to build on for Mountain Crest, especially when you look at that first half.
They did a lot of good things. They finally get this one off, and Edwards is under pressure. He turns his feet, but he's finally going to go down as Mountain Crest gets its 2nd sack of the night.
That was a lot better pressure right up the middle from Mountain Crest.
We've seen them in stints be able to try and string a couple things together.
Yeah, in spurts, and it's going to be part of the coach is going to talk to them about that intensity throughout the game.
3rd and 15, Edwards in the shotgun. He gets the call. He's got running back to his left, 2 receivers either side. Edwards takes a snap, fakes the handoff. He's rolling. He's under pressure again. Screen pass. That's to Cook on the right side. He's got a ton of space. 30, 25, along the sideline. 20, 15, 10. Cuts back, breaks through a tackle. Touchdown. Cook has been, he has not been touched it seemingly a ton, but he has got speed for days.
You can turn, once he hits that corner, he is gone. It's hard to judge. The Mountain Crest corners have got to work on getting the right angle on that. They struggled with that last week as well, but
Well, it's a nice adjustment by the Wasatch coaching staff as well. You know Mountain Crest trying to mount pressure, so they take advantage of that aggressiveness.
Right, and that's exactly what they've done with that screen over and over again.
And as you alluded to, we've seen Cook on the last 2 touchdowns he's had. It looked like Mountain Crest had an angle, but he has just outrun everybody to the pylon.
Yep.
With that catch, by the way, that gives 3 players on Wasatch with over 100 yards receiving on the night. Snap is good, kick is through, and that makes it 41-3. Just a little over a minute gone here in the fourth quarter. Wasatch on top. Mountain Crest football on 107.7 KLZX is, of course, brought to you by the Mountain Crest Booster Club, who wants to thank all their sponsors and businesses for supporting Mountain Crest athletics, which includes Gosner Foods, Thames Diesel, the Logo Shop, the Hideout at Bear Lake, Palmer Home Furnishings, First Colony Mortgage, Reed Pharmacy, and many, many more. Thank you for your support of Mustang football. AJ Knight, Coach Olson on the call tonight as Mountain Crest had a great first half. Coach, what was the score at the end of the first half last week against Stansbury?
I'm trying to remember. It was a little bit, I think it was 21. Yep, 21-7.
So, I mean, as the coach has talked about, this is a process that's going to take a couple weeks, and I think we saw a big improvement. Stansbury's good. Wasatch is no slouch of a team, too. They had a great first half. So now, next week, can you do a great 3 quarters and continue to build towards a complete game?
Yep. And I think that's what, when you talk to Coach, that's what, he's looking for. He's, week in and week out, he's building for each game. But in the process, you're building a team for the future. You're building, you're building a program.
Right.
And there's a difference between building towards a game and building a program. And they both take, they take certain aspects. And so, there's things that Coach can take out of this game and say, hey, look, this first half, this is what we did right, this is what we did wrong, the second half, and build from it, which we know Coach will do.
Casey Croft subbed in here on the last drive for the Mustangs. So this is his second drive. He's 1 for 2 for 5 yards. He's in the shotgun. He's going to hand off to his running back going to the left to right. He's going to step through 1 tackle, then take on 2 more and not get a whole lot more than that. That was the first carry of the night for Xander Ryan for the Mustang offense.
And with the score right now being 41-3, you're going to see a running clock as well now. We're up over that 35 mark. So the clock will not stop except for timeouts.
So that was a gain of 3 for the Mustangs. 2nd and 7 as we tick to about 10 minutes left. We knew Mountain Crest has no easy game this year.
No, there is not a single easy game, and Coach likes it that way. He
actually called it a gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Pass along the sideline there. Nice grab there. That was, I think, the first catch for Dax Benson, who was able to make a very contested catch. Short gain, but, with the backup in, I think really where Mountain Crest struggled, and this is a good area to continue to work on that, is trying to build momentum.
Right, yep, and with those short, quick slants, those quick turnarounds, you're just going to slowly chip away. Those are as good as runs if you can get 3-5 yards out of them.
3rd and 5, he loads up. Croft's got a man, 1-on-1, pulling on the jersey.
So,
there's the flag.
There's the flag.
I was going to say, that one was a little late.
Yep, but he did not look back, and he was all over him. So that was an easy call by the refs.
That was an easy tug on the jersey, so that's going to be a penalty there against Wasatch. Nice. That was a great ball there by Croft. That was beautifully delivered.
Yeah, it was very well thrown.
So the question is going to be holding. No, pass interference. That's a big one.
Yep.
So that was 3rd and 5 for the Mustangs at the 25. That's going to move them off, obviously, with a first down and put them at the 40. So 15 more yards. That's 90 penalty yards on the Wasps tonight. Nine minutes, 11 seconds here to go. It's 41-3, Wasatch on top. We've seen the backups in here for the Mustangs, including Casey Croft for the Mustangs at QB. He's in the shotgun now. Running back to his left. 2 receivers bunched out that way as well. They're going to run that reverse again. Bendrup's get it. He's going to try and bounce it outside.
Oh.
Not able to step through the tackle there. That's the 3rd time they've run it, and I think it's been losses all 3 times.
Yeah, it has been. But that one was the closest of the 3, though. He almost made that corner. And if he did, he had a lot of open space. But
he did.
It was a good tackle by that DN.
The other thing is that we've seen in the first half, Mountain Crest was able to move the ball with some success. They had about, they were in the 90-yard region. They have just, besides the one big run we saw from Olsen, they have found nothing here in the second half.
Nope.
It's amazing how both sides can feed off the same kind of energy. I think Mountain Crest did that in the first half, now Wasatch in the second.
Yep, exactly.
That one tipped at the line of scrimmage for Croft. That one hung up there. Those ones are always scary, but it falls incomplete, so it's going to be 3rd and 13 here for the Mustangs with just over 8 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter.
And again, let the quarterback step in back into that pocket and see if he can pick it up. He's been throwing the ball really well.
Yeah, Croft delivers a nice ball, and I didn't get to play the interview, but I talked to Coach coming into this game, and he had nothing but nice things to say about Croft. He said he needed a little bit more seasoning as a sophomore, but they're really excited about him in the future of the Mustang quarterback position. Croft takes a snap. He rolls out right side. He had 3 receivers there. He has a man who's able to turn and run around. It's a nice completion, but he had to fall to the ground to get that one. That was Landon Bowes making the catch there for the Mustangs.
That was a good catch. Unfortunately, it had to be on the ground, stop him. So
that one moved it up to the 42, so a gain of a 6 on that one. So 4th down here, Mustang offense still on the field as we tick to about 7 minutes left here.
And Mountain Crest is going to go for it.
So 4th and 6 from the 42. They got to get the ball, 4th and 8 from the 42.
Yep.
They've got to get the ball to the 50-yard line here, midfield. Snap back, Croft rolls out to his right side. Look at downfield. Contested catch there. Was not able to hang on to. That was a nice play there on defense from Wasatch.
That was, yep.
Looked like he was going to be able to maybe box him out and bring it in, but was unable to do so. So turnover on downs there for the Mustangs.
We'll see. I believe Wasatch will bring in their next quarterback and get some of their players in, their backups, some of their younger kids. But we'll see. We'll
run some math on the numbers, but again, at halftime, Edwards had only had 87 yards passing. Sanders had 67 to lead the way. 3 receivers over 100 yards. All of that pretty much done in the third quarter. So they just turned it up, and it looks like 27. So substitution here finally for at the quarterback position for Wasatch.
Is that Eric Crew, I believe.
Another penalty here. Encroachment looks like against the Mustangs. These got to be killer for the coach too. When you're trying to, you're getting some backups in, but man, to just continue to shoot yourself in the foot at this point.
Yeah. Yep. And in big games like this, when you're playing big teams like that, you're going to have a hard enough time if you play a perfect game. You know what I mean? If you make the mistakes, I don't want to say stupid mistakes, but that's what a coach would call them. It's going to hurt you.
Backup QB, he's going to hand the ball off to his running back there. He's going to spin through the line of scrimmage. It's 1st and 5 there. Again, got to be close, I think, to the first down.
It's going to be about 2 yards short, he looks like.
So they're going to give him 3 on that one. So 2nd and 2 here for Wasatch with the backups in. QB with a running back to his left, 2 receivers either side. Takes a snap. He's going to hand it. Nope, fake. Throws it over the middle. Big hit there.
Good hit.
Way to force the incompletion. Nice clean hit.
Yeah, and you want to hit him. You want it to be clean, but when you've got a receiver coming over the middle like that, you want him to feel that so that next time he hears footsteps, that's a big thing.
Think about it. It's a nice play there by the Mountain Crest defense. So it's 3rd and 2 here. Shotgun again for Wasatch. Running back's going to get it going up the gut. He tries to cut back. He's going to stumble across the line of scrimmage and needed 2. I think got about 4. So first down there for Wasatch. And crazy enough as it is, I believe that was their first down conversion.
Oh, really?
Or first 3rd down conversion, excuse me.
Third, yeah.
Pitch there going outside. Little space there along the sideline, 25-20. He's going to get knocked out of bounds at about the 10 there, but that looked like Mountain Crest had some pressure and just like a little toss there.
Yeah.
And he's able to take it from the, I think was it 30 all the way down to about the 10.
Wasatch got away with a little bit of a hold there, too. It kind of helped spring him on this side. But that's going to happen.
Yeah, sometimes you miss some. You just hope sometimes it's in your column.
Yeah, you hope it's in your favor, right?
Snapping a shotgun, and running back going to get it again. He tries to spin around. Nice play there as he's going to go down in the backfield. loss of, I think that's going to be about 2, possibly 3 there. So nice play there by, that was Alex. Apologize, Alex. I'm not going to say your name right. Indukumana?
Yeah. That's close as I would get.
Nice play there. So 2nd and long. Roll out here from the Wasatch quarterback. He's going to step through. He's got some space. Run to the sideline. Still holding it. He's going to be shouldered out of bounds. I think get back to about the original line of scrimmage at the 10. So he gains back to the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line here for Wasatch. Snap here and penalty. A lot of laundry here in the second half.
Yeah. Yep, there is. And, you know, you got kids out there that may not have expected to get into this game, and they're hyped up on, you know, some adrenaline, and they're going to jump. It's a false start on Wasatch.
So that backs it up to the 15, so it's 3rd and goal from the 15, another 5-yarder. That brings Wasatch to 80 total penalty yards here. Shotgun for the Wasps, running back to the right, 3 receivers to the left. Now they send one even further down in the left side near the sideline, takes a snap. He's looking that way. Now he rolls out to his left. He's got some space. He's got it tucked in. Switches hands here. He's going to run to the sideline, and he's going to gain maybe 2 yards there. That was a nice containment as Carson Thalman was able to stick with him and push him out of bounds.
Yeah, string out that play. Use the sideline as your friend. He did a great job.
So they'll give him 2 yards. So 4th down here as
looks like they're going to try for a field goal.
Run out the kick team. They didn't attempt one. This is actually their first field goal of the season.
Oh, is it?
They scored
Okay.
21 points last week, so they just had PATs. So that's going to be, 37-yard field goal here?
Yep.
Mountain Crest did block a PAT. High snap, but it's down. Kick is up. And that one goes through, so that's 3 more points for Wasatch. Makes it 44-3 with 3:21 here to go. We'll step aside for 30 seconds on the Cache Valley Media Group Radio Network.
Karen Nielsen Guild Mortgage Team will help you find the loan to fit your life. Guild Mortgage offers hundreds of loan products for a wide variety of borrowers, including first-time home buyers, military families, and rural residents. Guild Mortgage also offers many state, county, and city housing programs that provide down payment assistance. At Guild, they work hard to deliver what matters most to you with a loan that fits your life. Call 435-294-2480 or Google Karen at Guild Mortgage. NMLS 3274 and 80226, Equal Housing Lender.
AJ Knight, Coach Olson on the call, 107.7 KLZX. We're at Lynn R. Miller Field as the home opener for the Mountain Crest Mustangs, who had a great first half. This is going to be one of those things, Coach, I know it sounds like Coach speak, and you being Coach can explain, but Coach said to both of us, the game was a lot closer than the score last week.
Right.
And I think it's going to be the same type of description for this game this week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's really the tale of 2 games. If you're going to be honest, there's the first half and the second half. Oh, that's going to hurt.
Finally, a returnable kick there as he bobbles it, and then he pays for that. Not only did he have to go back and pick that up, but he took a shot.
Yeah, he did.
That's Jacob Bitten. Welcome to the game on that one. But so as we get another possession here, a little over 3 minutes left here, can you explain, as a former coach, what do you mean by tale of 2 halves?
So, you know, it really, especially if you look at Mountain Crest, it was almost 2 different teams that came out. The first half had full of energy, ready to go, knew their assignments, and played it well. Now, granted, Wasatch did not play a good first half, but still. Then the second half, a little bit of adversity, and you know, we didn't play to adversity very well. And so you got to look at it and almost break it down in 2 games when you talk to the kids. Oh, we're going to lose the ball down inside the 3.
Run here for the Mustangs. He's holding his wrist, too. That was a carry for, I believe, Xander Ryan. They started at only the 4. He runs, I think, loses a yard, and he fumbles the ball, which goes the other way, which Coach can't be happy about. You're trying to just put some positive things down, get some reps going, and now you lose the ball here inside your own 5-yard line.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to go out, you know, and just keep things positive, and it's really hard to do when you're down this far. But, you know, you just got to keep your head up and make sure the kids do that as well. Because I've been on both sides of the ball of this game. I can tell you the feelings on both sides.
Ball was picked up at the 2 for Wasatch. They're going to hand it off here. There's some initial pressure in the backfield. He's able to sidestep, but I think he's going to get back about to the line of scrimmage on that one. So nice play there by Mountain Crest. They got an initial push there, and then I think held him up there, so he gained nothing on that one. So 2nd and goal from the 2. Nice, easy play there, and that's a touchdown.
Yeah, when you're down there, the goal line, you've got to play pressure up. You can't give them any wiggle room up there. You got to be right in the receiver's face because they can just take a step and be in the end zone. Yeah,
that was an easy throw and catch there as he just kind of ran, stopped, turned, showed the numbers, and it was there.
Yep.
So 2-yard TD pass there for the backups as Wasatch continues to pour it on here. It was 7-3 at half, and that's what Coach talking about, tale of two halves. Potential here to be 51-3, and most of the damage was done in the 3rd quarter. Mountain Crest just had no answer for the Wasatch passing game.
Yep, it's the second half. It just started bleeding and haven't been able to stop it yet.
I think that's one of those issues too, Coach, where as a team, right? Mountain Crest, I think you got to be aware. Like they're working on trying to get things done. As Coach wants, you want to run a ball control, more of a slower tempo offense. Mm-hmm. So then when you place, you got the 7-3, you feel great. Wasatch comes out and scores in under minutes. 14-3, you're still in it, and then nothing. And then I think that with a new team or a team with a new head coach, kind of snowballed a little bit. And I think we saw them get tight in the 3rd quarter once Wasatch kind of started to get things figured out.
Yeah, and you've got to try and break into these kids' psyche, because the problem is when you've been in games like this where it does snowball, you have this feeling of being stuck in quicksand all of a sudden. And now you're like, oh, I've been here before, and it's really a mental game. At that point, it becomes a mental game, and each kid has got to break through that mentally and say, okay, we made a mistake, we're down, it doesn't matter, we play our game, we keep going. And it can be tough because the psychological part of the game is just as hard as the hitting part of the game. It really is.
This kick's going to be returnable for the Mustangs. Takes him all the way back to the 1 as he's going to bring it up the sideline. Nice tackle again as Wasatch did a good job covering kicks. He's going to go down about the 15. And I think we saw that with Lofthouse at QB. We saw him get a little frustrated with the pressure. Mm-hmm. He really tried to force something. It ended up being a turnover. And I think coaches up here that were sitting here spotting the game made the call and said, I think we should just call it. Let's get some reps for the backups.
Right.
Because you don't want to, I think, see him get hurt, obviously.
No, yeah, exactly. And that's the thing with Lofthouse. He's going to break his back to try and get back into the game. And like you say, you don't want him hurt. And especially in this kind of game where, like you say, get him off the field, get the backup some reps, let him cool down inside and out. And
it's a long season.
It's a long season, yeah, and you got to play the long game.
1:19 left to go on this one. Mountain Crest starts 1st and 10 on their own 17. Slant pass there, well contested. They were looking for a quick little slant, and the defender was right there the whole way, was able to knock that one down. Really, I mean, it's like you said, too, and I think, football, well, sports in general, but football especially is a game of adjustments. I think we saw the big one I think Wasatch was trying to run their big play offense in the 1st. The timing was off. We saw the 3rd quarter. Edwards completes that first one. It was I think it was like 7 yards.
Yeah, 7 yards.
And it seemed like just seeing that one get completed and the offense lit up after that.
Right, exactly. Yep. And again, give it to Wasatch's coaching staff. They were able to adjust. They get their kids' head in the game, and it really showed.
Carry there for, I believe that was number 19, Cooper Gardner, who had a couple catches. Gains a couple yards, going to be 3rd down here. I think Mountain Crest will won maybe one more play.
One more play if they can get it off, yep.
29, excuse me. Not 29 carried that one. So they gave him a gain of 1 on that. It's Cole Jones on the carry. 15 seconds left here. It's 3rd and long here. Mountain Crest gets the snap off. Looking for something long along the sideline there. Just a little bit too long. And tell you what, watching him play some snaps here, the backup quarterback, number 18, Casey Crofts, you could see, I think, why Coach had nice things to say about him. He said it needs some seasoning, but he delivers a nice ball.
Yeah, that was a really beautiful ball. And if you look at that, that's, a 50-yard pass was almost exactly on the money. If the wide receivers got one more step, that's perfect right there.
Looked effortless too.
Yeah, it really did. He's got a good arm.
That runs out the clock with the running clock. So the final score here, 51-3. Wasatch gets the win. They move to 2-0. Mountain Crest falls to 0-2. We will get you the scores around the rest of Region 11. See if we can get the coach up here and get you some stats as well. When we come back, AJ Knight, Coach Olson on 107.7 KLZX. We'll be back in 2.5 minutes on the Cache Valley Media Group Radio Network.
Some combinations were just meant to go together. Chips and salsa, refrigerator and freezer, the internet and cat videos. At State Farm, there's another combination meant to go together, home and auto. As in combining your home and auto insurance with one agent, which leads to another combination, saving dollars and cents. Combine home and auto and see how much you can save.
Hi, I'm State Farm agent Lana Powell. For a competitive quote on home, auto, and life insurance, call us at 752-7639. Lana Powell, State Farm Insurance.
Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month. Or you can work out at home in your spacious laundry/storage closet, or from the comfort of your own bedroom, or surrounded by the lights of your life. Leave home at home and leave the gym to us. Get a great workout with treadmills, ellipticals, weights, free fitness training, and more. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month, in club or at planetfitness.com.
If you're in the market for exterior building supplies, you should always go with a company you trust. Coldwater Stone in Tremonton, a division of Castellite in Logan, is a company you can trust. Coldwater Stone specializes in cutting and shaping beautiful natural stone into thin veneers that can be used on wall surfaces, walkways, and more. Coldwater Stone in Tremonton has quickly become the industry leader for natural stone products. Stop into the Tremonton facility or see samples at Castellite in Logan. More information at www.coldwaterstone.com.
Coldwater Stone, a natural choice for all your stone needs.
When it's important to make an impression, call on the Logo Shop. They specialize in designing and customizing your logo onto t-shirts, golf shirts, jackets, and hats. Your logo will look great on name brand apparel from Nike, Travis Mathew, OGO, North Face, Under Armour, and Carhartt. The Logo Shop can put your logo on literally thousands of items: pens, water bottles, mugs, travel accessories, outdoor gear like Yeti coolers. Call on the Logo Shop and check out the possibilities.
The Logo Shop, the logo stuff, the Logo Shop.
Final score here tonight, Wasatch 51, Mountain Crest 3, and as Coach talked to us a little bit as we ended the game, it was a tale of two halves because it was 7-3 Wasatch at half, and they just poured it on in the third quarter. Just two huge numbers for you. Edwards in the second half had 228 yards of passing by himself, basically, and I think he played one drive in the fourth.
Yeah.
And Mountain Crest in the second half had 11 rushing yards.
Yeah.
Those are two huge numbers that stand out on both offensive sides of the ball.
Yeah, it was, like you say, it's a tale of two games. It's kind of amazing that just the difference. But you got to take the fact that, how much they improved after last week's game to the first half of this game.
Yes.
You got to take that and go with it from there. So,
final score here, 51-3. Wasatch beats the Mustangs. A couple of the numbers for you. Edwards for the Wasp finished 22 of 31 for well over 300 yards. He had three receivers with over 100 yards. Jaron Kamal had 144 to lead the way. Cook, his running back, had 112, and Sanders had 111. They just absolutely turned it on in the second half. On the ground, Cook also chipped in 74, despite the fact that he had 66 at half. He carried it once in the second half. He did his damage in the passing game in the second half, but that offense came to life. They only converted 1 third down the whole night because they just started moving the ball at will in the third quarter.
Yeah, they did. And even when they had penalties and found themselves, third and super deep or second and 15, 20 yards, they didn't panic.
No.
They were under control the whole time.
This offense can move the ball in a hurry. They finished with just under 100 rushing yards as Edwards got sacked twice. He lost 15, but Cook had 74, and their backups combined for another 29 on that one, so just over 100. They had 90 penalty yards on 7 penalties. A lot of laundry. Neither team's going to be happy with that tonight.
No, there was a lot, and not only were there penalties, but especially when it came to Mountain Crest, it was at key points in the drive that seemed to just stop them dead. Yeah, it just stopped them dead.
On the Mountain Crest side of the ball, Lofthouse finished 5 of 11, really struggled in the second half as he only completed he had 1 big pass the second half, but he was held, I think, just over 100 yards. He threw an interception late in the third quarter, and his night came to an end. He was sacked once as well. He had 54 yards rushing at half and was only able – he netted negative 14 in the second half after taking a sack. But Wasatch really buckled down in terms of their pressure, and I think really made him fluster. We saw right before he was pulled out, I think he started to hear the footsteps a little bit.
Right, yep, with that interception that he threw near the end. The first half of the game, Mountain Crest was able to run the ball really well, especially on the right side. And as Wasatch adjusted and closed down on that run game, it kind of put a damper on their offense, and they just really struggled to move the ball in the second half.
Yeah, Mountain Crest's leading receiver was Colton Kirby, who had 1 catch. It was the big one in the second half and went for 42 yards. But unfortunately, the story kind of through the second and third quarters was penalties came at crucial moments and turned all of a sudden 2nd and 10s into 2nd and 20s or 2nd and 15s, and all of a sudden Mountain Crest was way behind the chains and couldn't do anything about it.
Yep, and Wasatch came out and just went no huddle. They went fast and kept Mountain Crest and their secondary on their heels. They were adjusting all the way up to the snap of the ball, and it's hard to stop a team when you are trying to adjust all the way up to the snap of the ball.
Mustangs finished with 9 penalties themselves for 80 yards. They lost the turnover battle as well. Lofthouse threw an interception. One of the backup running backs lost a fumble late there in the game. Wasatch had a fumble, a crucial moment, which may come up again here before we're done with the broadcast in the second quarter. But they lost that turnover battle as well. They had a lot of laundry. A little bit better job, I know, keeping the fumble came from the backups, but I know especially last week against Stansbury when the first score of the game is an 81-yard fumble recovery for Stansbury going the other way. Coach has got to be happy about that. And it's like you said, last week Coach would say the game was closer than the score. This week I think it's going to be the same thing as well because it was 2 different halves, 2 entirely different halves.
Yep, 2 completely different games we watched. We watched the first half and then the second half, and you would not have guessed that was the same day.
No, it seemed 2 completely different games. We will get you the Great Basin Graphics Made You Look play in the McDonald's Player of the Game when we come back, as well as the scores from Region 11. We'll see if Coach comes up here as well when we come back in about 90 seconds on the Cache Valley Media Group Radio Network.
Light in Logan. More information at www.coldwaterstone.com.
Coldwater Stone, a natural choice for all your stone needs.
When it's important to make an impression, call on the Logo Shop. They specialize in designing and customizing your logo onto t-shirts, golf shirts, jackets, and hats. Your logo will look great on name brand apparel from Nike, TravisMathew,